Hey, Liam, are you going to be coming home? Please come back. I'm sorry that we had a fight, but that doesn't mean you should storm out of the house. I haven't called the police yet, but you've been gone for 3 days now. The least you could do is respond to me.
Is this Liam's wife? This is actually perfect. I have some things we should talk about. It's about your husband, actually.
Excuse me? Yes, this is his wife. And just who is this? Are you telling me that I'm not talking to Liam right now?
No, I'm afraid you're not. You see, your husband is in quite a bit of debt, and we're what you might call his bank. Your husband is actually here with us right now. But we've decided to hold on to his phone for now.
My husband is in debt. I'm sorry, I don't think that I'm quite following you.
Oh, you mean you didn't know about all the money that your husband owed? Yes, I'm afraid he borrowed a large sum of money from us about a year ago.
I had no idea about any of this at all. This is the first that I'm hearing of it.
Well, it's been over a year since he borrowed from us, and he still hasn't paid us back, see? So we called your husband into our office to chat with us directly. Although it doesn't appear that he's going to be able to pay us back anytime soon. And it would be bad business on our part not to try and work something out.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm terribly sorry about all of this. You see, Liam actually switched jobs recently and doesn't make as much as he used to.
Yes, he's told us as much. But I'm afraid that we're not a charity and we can't wait for your husband any longer. I don't suppose you could help pay off his debts?
Sorry, are you asking me for money to help pay back what my husband borrowed from you?
That's right. And I would think hard about your answer. If we don't get our money, then we can't guarantee your husband's safety. You see, we're a rather strict bank and shouldn't be confused with a normal one. We have agents and branches all over the world. There's nowhere you can go to try and hide from us.
And just what in the world was my husband doing borrowing money from people like you in the first place?
Well, that is something you'll have to ask him yourself. But the facts of the matter are that he signed a contract with us, and now it's time for him to pay us back.
I see. Well, then I can pay for him. I'll take responsibility for his debts.
Wait, really? You will?
Oh, yes, of course. No problem there at all.
I see. Well, there's just one condition to all of this. You can't tell the police a word about any of this conversation, do you understand? I mean, even if you did try to tell the cops about this, they would never be able to catch us anyways. But we don't need all that attention on ourselves. And what's more, if we find out that you have gone to the police, it's going to mean serious trouble for your husband.
I understand.
And you aren't allowed to tell anyone else about this either. We wouldn't want them getting worried and calling the police, right? I don't care if you have to borrow money to pay us back, but nobody's allowed to find out about the predicament your husband is in.
Yes, of course. I understand. I won't tell anyone.
Excellent. In that case, we will give you a couple days to get all the money ready for us.
But you haven't even told me how much money it is that Liam owes you.
Your husband, Liam, owes us $50,000.
You're kidding me. How could he be so deep into debt?
And if you don't have the money ready for us in 2 days, then your husband is never going to go back home again.
Don't worry. I promise to get the money for you in time. Just please don't do anything to my husband.
You mean you'll really do this for him? Your husband means that much to you?
Of course. It's a matter of money, then I'll pay anything to save my husband. I know that he can be a bit irresponsible and rash at times, but deep down, he really is a good person.
Well, I think he's rather lucky to have a wife like you. He would be in deep, deep trouble if not for you. Anyways, make sure you have the money in a few days. Got it? Hello there. I was just wondering about how gathering the money is going. You know that we're going to collect it from you tomorrow, right?
Yes, I understand. And I should be able to get them on the money before then.
Are you sure about that? You'll really be able to get all of it?
Yes, I promise that I'll have every single penny of it ready for you by tomorrow.
Well, let's certainly hope so, because if you're even a penny short, then you know what's going to happen to your poor husband, don't you? By the way, I'm just curious. How are you going to collect all that money in time anyways?
Well, you see, before Liam and I were married, I had actually already saved up quite a bit of money for myself. I was going to sell some of my things to make up for the difference.
And you really have enough things to sell to get enough money for him?
It isn't going to be easy for me, but I was going to sell my mother's old wedding ring. I know that it's not that expensive, but it's worth something.
Very interesting. Well, I am sure that your husband will be so grateful to hear about the sacrifices you're making for him.
And you really will let my husband go if I pay you the money that you're asking for, right? How can I even know that he's safe right now? Can I hear his voice?
I'm afraid we can't allow that to happen.
But why not? I just want to know if my husband is safe. Can't you at least show me some proof that he really is okay?
You don't need to worry about that one bit. Just know that when you give us the money tomorrow, that we will release your husband. The only thing you should be thinking about is making sure that you get all the money that we're asking you for.
Of course. I completely understand. Would you mind telling me about where I should be sending the money for this?
You're not going to be sending the money anywhere. You're going to meet us at the secure location and you're going to hand over the money to us like that.
You mean we're going to meet face to face and I'm going to directly hand over the money?
No. Nothing like that. We're going to send you to a train station and you're going to leave the money in a locker there. Once you put the money in the locker, just tell us what you set the passcode to. I'll tell you what station you're going to tomorrow. Do you understand?
Do we really have to go through all of that just for me to pay you the money?
I'm sorry that you don't like it, but this is just the way we do things with our firm. I take it that you don't have any issue with that?
No, I don't have any issue with that at all. I guess I'm just a bit surprised at such a complicated way to hand over the money.
Well, it's like we said earlier. We're a special kind of lender, and we have to work a bit more in the dark than your usual sources of loans. But I'm not surprised that you've never done anything like this at all. It's a shame that your husband sucked you into all of this.
I see. Well, I guess I have to do what I have to do, don't I?
That's right. And you better be at the station that I tell you tomorrow at 2 in the afternoon with the money. If you're a minute or even a second later at all, it's the end for your husband.
I understand. May I ask one more question before tomorrow?
And just what might that one question be?
Well, it's just that you said yourself that you're a rather large organization with branches all over the world, yes? So, do you always do things like this? I mean, are you always kidnapping husbands and making their wives save them like this?
Well, I suppose that depends on whether or not those that we lend money to pay us back or not. But other time, we've gone to the families to ask them to pay. And some families do pay and can save their husbands or fathers. And others aren't so lucky. So don't think that we're pretending.
I see. I understand completely. Thank you.
Anyways, be on the lookout for a message at that train station tomorrow. Are you there, Trish? I'd like to know what you think you're doing. You know that we still haven't been paid back, yes? And it's been 2 days since you were supposed to drop off the money.
Oh, yes. That's right. I'm not going to pay anything.
Wait a second. We've been trying to contact you for days since then. Why have you been ignoring us until now? You do realize what your actions have caused, right? Your husband is never ever going to come back home. You won't even know if he's alive. Are you sure about this?
Yeah, that's fine, actually. You can do whatever you want to him.
Wait. You mean you don't even want to help him anymore?
Yeah, I don't really think I'm going to anymore. You can just do whatever.
But, wait, hold on a second. You were willing to pay up until 3 days ago. What happened?
Well, I changed my mind. These things happen, you know.
This is your husband that we're talking about. You just changed your mind like that? Is this some kind of joke? You know that we're real bad guys, right? And if we don't get our money back, we get violent.
Right. But it was my husband who borrowed the money. So go be violent to him.
What kind of wife are you? Don't you feel bad for your husband at all?
Look, it was my husband who borrowed money from you. I've been thinking, and I don't get why I should have to pay off his debts. He borrowed the money, so he should face the consequences.
How can you say that? I'm threatening to kill your husband and you don't even care.
Nah, Actually, I was thinking about divorcing him, honestly. Do what you want with him.
And you don't think that you're going to regret this for the rest of your life? Because if you don't pay, then things are going to happen that can't be undone.
Sorry, what makes you think that I would feel guilty about this at all?
Because you weren't able to save your husband.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah, no, that's fine. I promise you, I won't feel an ounce of guilt.
But you're his wife. You're supposed to want to rescue him. If you're not going to pay us, then we'll make you pay us.
You mean you're going to kidnap me like you did Liam?
Oh, it won't just be kidnapping. It'll be much, much worse for you.
Yeah, I still don't think that I'm going to pay.
But why not? You should pay. Pay us right now.
You know, the whole gangster character really falls apart when you get mad.
You think this is an act? You think that I'm joking with you? Don't you mess with us.
Yeah, no. This whole thing is so silly. Just give it up already, will you, Liam?
Excuse me? What are you talking about? You think that I'm your husband, Liam?
I mean, that's the only explanation that makes sense for all of this. I just wasn't buying the act anymore.
You need to be taking this more seriously. Your real husband's life is at stake here. Why don't you get how serious this is?
Why are you still trying to pass off as a scary gangster with this act? I've already figured it out. It just didn't seem right, and I finally figured out why.
What are you talking about? What didn't seem right about what I've been telling you?
I mean, come on. You're telling me that you've been kidnapped by an international criminal organization? Not only that, well, you were supposed to pick up my money from a train station? Do you have any idea how many cameras there would be? You should have just opened up a fake bank account where I'd send the money.
Shut up! You don't know what you're talking about at all.
But the biggest thing was, why would such a huge organization risk being revealed for such little money? And just why would you be borrowing money from these people in the first place? Why not just go to a normal bank? This whole thing seems like it was written by a kid who had seen one too many spy movies.
Okay, you caught me. It really is Liam, and I'm sorry for fooling you.
And you were lying to me this whole time, weren't you? How could I have let myself be fooled? It's a good thing that I put all of this together before I sold any of my things.
But I really was telling the truth about all that money that I owe. And I really did borrow money from a bank, but for much less.
Liam, do you remember that we had a fight before you left the house, right? I thought that you were never going to come back, but I didn't think that you'd do something as silly as this.
Well, I really was thinking of going and never coming back. Then I got worried about my debt. And I was still so upset about our fight, and well, I guess I just thought to try and use those feelings while I still had them.
And just then, what were you going to do? Make me pay you and then disappear? You're just the worst. You're lower than lower. You're scum.
Oh, come on. I didn't have any choice in this at all. I really needed that money. Don't you get that?
Where even are you right now?
I'm in a hotel. But I'm not going to tell which hotel I'm at.
You tell me where you are right now, Liam. There's nothing to worry about. It's not like I'm going to drag you back. I mean, I really don't care at all about what you do with your life. Just divorce me properly first.
No, you can't leave me. I don't even have money to pay for this hotel. I need to have a home to come back to.
Yeah, I imagine it wasn't cheap pretending to be kidnapped. Is that why you needed all that money? You really are just a piece of trash. Do you know that?
I was just really mad at you, okay? I just want to make you pay a little is all.
Do you remember what we fought about? I told you that despite me working all the time, you were hardly working at all. Not only that, but you took a huge pay cut, and I felt like I was making up for your choices.
But I really am trying to get more hours. It's just that the temp agency doesn't have much work right now.
You are such a liar. I know that all you do is spend time playing on your phone. I don't want you coming back here at all. I don't even want to see your face. I just want you to sign the divorce papers. I'll send you some money if you do.
Really? You will? Do you think you could send me $10,000?
Oh, yeah, sure. I can do that. Just as soon as the divorce gets processed and is all official.
Great! I'll go get the proper forms, sign them, and send them to the house right away. Hey there, did you get the divorce forms?
Yep, I got them. Took them to the courthouse and they've been processed. Now we are officially divorced and you are officially nothing to me.
Well then, where is my money? Hurry up and send it to me.
I actually already sent the money to that person.
That person? What is that supposed to mean? You're supposed to be sending me the money to me. Who did you send the money to?
The hotel where you've been staying. I tracked down the address on the envelope that you sent the papers in. Why did you think I insisted that you send it all through the mail to me? You really are a sucker, do you know that? Anyways, now that you and I are divorced, I really don't see any point in sending you any money.
So, you mean you just lied to me?
I wouldn't say I lied to you so much as I changed my mind, really. But don't worry, I sent someone special just for you.
What do you mean? Who did you send here? Why are you doing this to me?
Oh, calm down, Liam. I only sent your dad.
Why would you tell my dad about this? What were you thinking? What's the matter with you?
I really don't get why you're so freaked out about this. It couldn't have anything to do with your dad being a black belt in karate, right? Or the fact that he's really pissed about what you tried to pull on me.
Why do you think I'm scared of him? And now you're telling me that he knows where I am right now?
That's right. And I doubt that he's going to let you escape before talking to him. Anyways, it sounds like you two have a lot of catching up to do, so I'll just leave you to it. Have a nice life, Liam.
Wait, no, you can't do this to me. Please, Trish, don't just leave me like this. I'm begging you.
After that, I heard that Liam tried to escape from the hotel, but was caught by his dad in the lobby. Apparently, his dad had even brought along Liam's mom as well. I heard that his dad practically drug Liam out of the hotel lobby and smacked some sense into him. Later, his parents even sent me some money as a way to apologize for their son's actions. I used that money to move out of the house where I lived with Liam and into a condo for myself. As for Liam, I heard that his parents forced him to live with them and work in a local factory until he paid off his debt. Although, I honestly have to say that I have hardly thought at all about Liam since all of this happened between us. I've been too busy enjoying the single life. I got some inspiration from Liam's international gangster storyline and thought that I would save up my money to travel all over the world. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.